Today I will be reviewing for you the SetPower PT55 12 volt dual chamber refrigerator freezer. Hey everybody, this is Bill with Live Simple Live Free, and if you watch our channel at all, you know that Elizabeth and I recently bought a box truck that we are converting into a camper. One of the things, of course, that we're going to need in that camper is a refrigerator. And we hadn't really gotten that far. We're still, designing where the cabinets and beds are going to go and that sort of thing. But I started looking around at refrigerators to see what was available to get an idea of the size of the cabinet we needed to design and that sort of thing. When I got this offer from SetPower. Now, full disclosure, they did send this to me so that I could review it for you. When I got this offer, I didn't really know anything about SetPower, but I thought, if they're going to send it to me, I can review it for you guys. And it certainly is going to work. We can use it, but at any time in the future, if I need to replace it, I can do that. You know what? I'm not going to have to replace this. This is an amazing refrigerator, especially for the price. It's kind of a low to mid-range price for high-quality refrigerators at $429. This is amazing. It is rugged, it is solid, you could sit on it. It's designed for rugged outdoor use. It's designed for overlanders. It's designed to be, thrown around in the back of a Jeep and that sort of thing. Speaking of which, most of the time refrigerators have to be fairly level or their compressor won't work. You can only tilt it a certain amount. This can be tilted up to 40 degrees and the compressor will still work. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be in any vehicle that's tilted at 40 degrees. That's pretty scary. So this is a rugged refrigerator. Let me show you some of the features. So as I said earlier, it has two separate chambers. This one is larger and it's deeper. It goes all the way to the bottom. This one is smaller and it only goes about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way down because the compressor is underneath of there. Now the cool thing about it is that you can control these independently. You can have them both as a refrigerator. You can have them both as a freezer. You can have one as a fridge and the other as a freezer, and you could switch it around. Whatever you want to do, you have total control of that. It comes with two separate plugs. This one plugs you into the wall. It's pretty long. And then this one will allow you to plug it into your dashboard so you can just use it while you're driving and plug it in and get it power that way. Now this is the PT55 model and it's 58 quarts. So at first I thought, well, if it's 58 quarts, why don't they call it the PT58? That's because it's 55 liters. PT55, 55 liters, 58 quarts. And they have three different models in this line. This is the largest one. They have the P37, the P47, and the P55. Now the dimensions for all of them are the same this way. It's just that the larger ones are taller. So if you get the P37, it's going to be the same footprint, but not as tall. Now as far as using the compartments, since you can use them or set the temperature separately, you can use them interchangeably. You can make them both fridge, both freezer, whatever you want to do. A lot of people would probably make the small one the freezer, and you can keep your Klondike bars in there if you want. Make some ice, that sort of thing. And then in the refrigerator, of course, your milk, a lot of your vegetables that you want to keep refrigerated. But Elizabeth and I will probably turn it the other way around. Because we use, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food, we're not going to have fresh vegetables in here because we're using all of our freeze-dried vegetables. But we also like a lot of things that Thrive Life doesn't have, like steaks and roasts and whole chickens and things like that, that when we're on the road, we can buy those things and keep them here in the freezer. And then in the refrigerator, that would just be for our coffee creamer, maybe our butter, and some canned drinks or cool, water drinks, something like that. But the cool thing is you have complete control to decide which one you want to use and how you want to use it. Now let me plug this into the wall and show you how it works. Okay, so you can see right here it has two separate controls for the two separate compartments, and this has a temperature range from 0 to 50 degrees. So when I first got this, it's showing the current temperature right now. This was actually outside in my truck, that's why it's the inside right now is at 68 and 64 degrees. When I first got this and plugged it in, it showed both compartments were at 70 degrees. So I took the small one and I took it down to 10 degrees. Yeah, I already have it set. And then I took the large one, the refrigerator, and I set it at 50 degrees and plugged it in to see how long it would take. From 70 degrees down to 10 degrees for the freezer and down to 50 degrees for the refrigerator. Now remember, the refrigerator compartment is much, much larger than the freezer. So even though it's not going down as far, it would have more volume to cool. I was absolutely amazed. Both of those reached the temperatures that I set, 10 degrees and 50 degrees, in 35 minutes. I was blown away. Now they also have a compression speed, minimum and maximum. I set it at the max to see how fast it would go. Of course, that's not as energy efficient and it uses more power. So I set it to the max, it got to the temperature in 35 minutes, and then I set it down to the minimum right there. And that's where you want to run it if you're just maintaining the temperature. So another thing that I wanted to do was see how long this would run on my solar generator. I have this Pecron solar generator, the E2000 2000 watt generator that I've reviewed previously. So I plugged it in there to see how long this would run off of the solar generator. Now I had already brought it down to temperature. You can hear it starting. Can you hear the volume? It's not very loud. I've had other ones when I was a truck driver. I'll talk about that in a minute. But when I was a truck driver, I did two different refrigerators in the cab, and they were both so loud that I couldn't stand to run them while I was sleeping. This is nice and quiet. Anyway, I digress. So I got this down to the operating temperature, 10 degrees and 50 degrees, and plugged this into a generator that was at 100%, and I just let it run to see how long it would last. After it ran for 48 hours, I still had 22% left in the generator. So I didn't want to run it all the way down, but 48 hours, 2 days, it'd probably run 2.5 days. That was with the generator without recharging it, without plugging it into the solar or anything like that. So I was very happy with that. And if I had had the solar generator or the solar panels plugged into this, it probably would have been enough to just keep running it. So this also has several other really cool features. Let's say you only wanted to run one side. You didn't need much, so you wanted to just run the small compartment on the refrigerator. You can turn the big one off. The arrows here to adjust the temperature, you just hit them both at the same time and hold it, and it turns right off. Now only one is running. That's pretty cool. And then it also has here the battery protection. This is brilliant. If you are in an RV or a van that has the car battery and the house battery, you don't really have to worry about this. But if you're driving in your car and you don't have an extra house battery and you're traveling, while you're driving you plug it into the dashboard and it'll charge. But if you park overnight at a hotel or something like that, you can set the battery protection. What it does is it'll still be plugged into the car, but it'll monitor the battery level, and if the battery level starts to drop low enough that you won't start the car, then this will shut off. And you can set this at high protection, middle protection, or low protection. So this will give you peace of mind, so you can stop at a hotel, go inside for the night, and you know that your car will still start in the morning. Of course, another option is you can carry this into your hotel and plug it into the wall. Either way. Another neat thing, and maybe it's a little thing, Or maybe it's not, maybe it's real big. It has LED lights on the inside right here so that you can see down inside. And it has another one over here so you can see what's in there. See how bright that is? That can make a big difference, especially at night. Now, as I said, this is very well built. It's very rugged, and it has 2.2 inches of insulation in it, so that if you get in a situation where you have to turn it off at night, plug it in again the next morning, that insulation is going to keep your food cold, especially if you don't open the lid very often. It should easily take you through 8 or 10 hours of it not being plugged in, and everything should still be cold, so you can plug it in again in the morning. Now, the price right now is currently $429, which is an amazing price for something this solid and this rugged. There are many other 12-volt refrigerators out there that cost a lot more. And one of the amazing things is that most other competitors have a 1-year warranty. The SetPower has a 3-year warranty, and that gives you extra peace of mind. Now, I do have a discount code for you, and this discount code will give you 16% off if you use my code, and I'll put the link here and in the description down below. And this discount code is good for any of the refrigerators on the website. It will not be applicable to extras that you buy, but you don't have to get, this is one of their biggest, you don't have to get one of this big one. You can get a smaller refrigerator, use that same discount code, and get 16% off. Like I said, this is $429. That 16% will save you $68 on the purchase of this refrigerator. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been informative. We are looking forward to using it for many years to come in our box truck as we build out that camper van. We're very excited about getting on the road. Thanks for watching. Live simple, live free, you be blessed. We'll see you next time.